Okay, this is Tim again. This is part 2 of the USS Fitzgerald. Oh man, when is this gonna end? I don't think it's gonna end until they start the New World Order and put everybody in FEMA prison camps and slave labor camps, take all your rights away, what you're trying to do. Anyways, obviously there's a higher power that controls our government and our military. This time, they're just proving that yes, what they say the military will do, the government can't do anything about it. So the admiral now says the 7th Fleet Admiral in Yokosuka Navy base is a traitor. He should be arrested. He now reports that the Filipino cargo ship, how this accident happened, it was on cruise control. It took a 90-degree turn and went right into the Fitzgerald. The damage report on the Fitzgerald, big crack on the side of the ship. All this water came in, flooding the whole damn ship. So bad that 6 military members on the ship had to shut the hatch door to save the ship. It's total fucking bullshit. They also reported that the captain was asleep at the time. And anybody who was in the Navy, tell me when a captain sleeps in the daytime, right? He doesn't. So they reported the captain was asleep. This whole ship was not manned correctly. Everybody was on vacation. Bullshit. So here's a picture. Of Fitzgerald. And I was on the Fitzgerald. My friend was on there. He said, always go over there when I was in Yokosuka, Japan. So let me just get this straight. So this stage event where the government let this Filipino cargo ship hit the Fitzgerald. It hit right here. Now, this is just a fueling station. There's only fuel here. They do unreps here. There's nothing here, all right? The captain sleeps under the bridge. This is the bridge, if you're not in the Navy, familiar. So the captain sleeps down here. If the captain died, was asleep in this stateroom, then everybody up here had to die. They have bridge watches, mostly deck department, right here. So they had to see the ship coming. This is CIC. This is radar. As you see, that radar is pointing right out there. There's another one over here. CIC saw it on radar coming. No one was sleeping. No one was on vacation. And the ship went right in. That's total bullshit. So the AMO reports why these bogus 7 sailors died, because all right here was all ripped apart. A big gaping hole. Water came in, flooded the passageways. They couldn't get out. Once again, that's bullshit. If you've been on these ships, you see these passageways. They could have got out. If this was real, they could have got out easy. Easy, they could have got out. Like I say, I don't believe anybody died on here. Captain definitely didn't die. And I don't think this ship was flooded. I don't even think any water got in it. See, the mainstream media reported only a little water got on it, of course. Right in here when the ship hit. Probably had a little wave here. The crew does not sleep here. There's nothing here but a passageway. The crew sleeps way, way in the back, all right? So this did not hit the crew space. Once again, let me just reference here. There's no hose here. Now you say, well, they're pumping water out. Well, those are ballast tanks right there from the engine room. This is a fire hose. All right, they put the hose there like they're pumping out water. That's not happening. You don't see any damage control teams out here. This is hooked up to the fire main. It's not pumping anything but fire water out of the ocean. So this is total bullshit. The ship was manned. The government just let it happen. As you see these individuals, this is a crash. Look, they don't even have their... One has a life preserver on, no one else does. They're not even worried about it. They know the ship ain't flooding. They know people ain't dead. So they just they're told to go out there, sit there, and have a picture opportunity. So, also I want to remind everybody, for the ship that was sinking like the Titanic, it pulled into port by itself, and that's what I want to say. So, if this ship was totally sinking, capsizing, once they put it in dry dock. Now, I know everybody has been in the Navy. You say, well, they don't have a dry dock. Well, yes, they do. So I go to Google Earth. All right, so here's Google Earth. This is J39. This is where I was stationed. This is the Navy base dry dock right here. This was taken in 2015. So this is empty right now. This is empty. Right? This is Navy Supply Depot where I was stationed at the time. It's now called Fleet Industrial Supply Center. The Fitzgerald came in and they tied it to the pier. Right? This is not the Fitzgerald, okay? This, like I said, this picture is a year ago. I'm just using this to show you what's going on. So the ship that has a big hole in it, it's tied right here. They didn't put it in the dry dock, so that should tell you something right there. If this ship had the hole in it where everybody was drowning, wouldn't they put it in the dry dock? Of course they would, because I was in the Navy, I was over there, and I know the political fucking bullshit, all right, that goes on there. This would definitely go in the dry dock. Everybody be sweating it. The admiral wouldn't be on talking shit. So there's another one. Of course, when I say the fleet gym's right here, all right? So let me just sum this up. This ship was hit by the cargo ship. Obviously, the proof is right there. This is just not put together or glued together, all right? So the cargo ship did hit it on orders from higher above. Whoever controls our military and the government ordered this done. We do not know why yet, but they're probably sending out a message that, look, we have terrorists running with people with trucks, cars, bogus mass shootings, and now the 7 Seas shipped to crash into government ships and sink them for a terrorist attack, all right? And I think that's what they're trying to say. As you know, the government is trying to start the New World Order, put all in slave labor camps, take everything away, and then you're in trouble. So this is the way I see it right now. If the captain was dead, everybody up here be dead. This damage was just 1% damage. All they did was crushing the friggin' fuel station. Crew quarters are back there. The only evidence that 6 people drowned here is no evidence. Not one, no bodies, no nothing. Of course, you won't know who the captain was. The captain's probably gone right now. He was probably a crisis actor. They probably put him on there before the ship went out, took the real captain out there, relieved the real captain, put a crisis captain on there. Of course, the captain's dead because he was killed in his stateroom that's up here where I'm pointing. Not down here, up here. As for the 6 sailors that died, it's bullshit. There was just probably bogus names. Anybody could. Just go ahead. If you want to make a Photoshop pictures of sailors that died, I could do it myself. I could go in here and get pictures of people in the Navy and just put them up there myself. So that's it. The Fitzgerald's not in the dry dock. It's over here right now. No evidence whatsoever that the ship even took on any water because it didn't take on any water. Not enough water to do anything. Maybe mop the floors. So this is Tim. We're stationed in Yokosuka, Japan, right here, J39. This is now called Fleet Industrial Supply Center, Gymnasium. The Fitzgerald is just sitting there. Now, I just want to remind everybody, my friend emailed me today and said no one's allowed to talk about it. No one's allowed to take any pictures about it. Nothing. Everything is now top secret. I personally feel the fleet admiral should be arrested. Every crew member who took part in this terrorist attack on one of a Navy ships should be arrested. The captain of the base should be arrested and everybody else. And for the goddamn